Hi, Craig Grizzlies. It's Miss Allie again. We're here to continue reading and learning about the story, The Oyster and the Butterfly, learning about the coronavirus and me. As we mentioned in our last video, we've been doing this now, living through the pandemic with the coronavirus for almost a year. So it's been a while, and we wanted to revisit this story to remember some powers we have while we are dealing with the coronavirus. If you watched the first video, we read a few pages already from the story. So if you haven't seen that one, go ahead and watch that one first, and then you can come back to this video. Having to deal with yucky things can bring lots of feelings, thoughts, and sensations in our bodies.
That's right. We may feel lonely, scared, angry, or frustrated. We may feel sad because we miss friends or family. We may have mixed up emotions or thoughts, and our bodies may feel really, really tense.
Feelings need to come out and tell their stories. Can you draw a picture of your feelings now?
What do you think you would draw if you were drawing a picture of your feelings, Mr. V and Miss Lucy?
I don't feel any one way, which I think is I feel content right now. Maybe tomorrow or later this afternoon it will change, but right now I feel pretty okay. I'd say right in the middle, like I'm like a 3.
That's understandable. I think even as we just read, you can have all kinds of feelings throughout your day, especially with everything going on right now.
For me, I have been feeling very anxious because there is so many things to get done during the day. And being home is also frustrating to me sometimes, but I have to be home. So an anxious face or a tense body, that's what I would draw.
I would probably draw something a lot like Miss Lucy. I do feel anxious a lot during the day because we have responsibilities with work and responsibilities with helping my son with getting on to distance learning and joining his classes. It's very different than what we usually do when I'm at work and he's at school. So it's pretty draining sometimes. And I have times where I feel good and I feel happy and content, but I also have times where I feel sad because I miss people, or I feel anxious because I feel like there's a lot going on. Let's draw a picture of the feelings and sensations you are having in your body. Does your body feel like a noodle or hard like a rock? Does it feel light or heavy? Let's listen to what the body is saying. I think that's a really good reminder because our bodies can tell us what's going on with our emotions.
That is true, Miss Sally, because I know my body, when I feel anxious, it feels very, very heavy and very tense, almost like if it's tight. And until those feelings go, then I feel more relaxed. But I would draw a really heavy body like a rock, and that's okay.
Yeah, I think that sometimes it's funny for me too, because sometimes I feel like it changes so fast. Sometimes I feel like I need to draw like 100 different pictures in a day, because sometimes I feel like really tight and I'm frustrated, and then the next few minutes I feel okay. And there's so much going on and so much change all throughout the day that I feel like it's constantly changing.
When we don't feel good, we can do what the oyster does. We can use our powers and create our own pearls. Let's see how we can use our powers.
Power number 1, we can use the powers of our bodies to stay safe. We can do the things that will keep us far away from the coronavirus by washing our hands, taking showers, covering our mouths, things like that. How about you, Miss Lucy or Miss Allie? Any other ideas?
I think it's important to remember the things that we've learned from the beginning of the pandemic that really help with keeping us safe from the coronavirus. Things like washing your hands a lot, making sure you're washing for 20 seconds at least, using hand sanitizer if you can't wash your hands right away, wearing a face mask when we're in public or we're around other people, and keeping our distance from others. Those are things we've learned that really help keep us safe from getting sick or getting others sick. Power number 2 is we can visit our feelings to hear what their voices are saying.
And all those videos we did for you for the tools, try and use some of those to help you visit your feelings. If our feelings are getting too big, too hot, or too cold, we can do things to cool them down or warm them up. Warm them up. For example, when I feel anxious, I get really, really cold. And then the next minute, I get really, really hot. And then I'm thinking, oh, I need to listen to my body. What is something that I can do to help those feelings? And what I do is I use one of the tools that we've taught you. For me, I'll do the breathing, and that usually helps me level my feelings out. What do you guys do?
If I'm feeling really hot or frustrated, or it's just been a really kind of grinding, long, hard feeling day, sometimes I like to escape. I'll take my dog and we go for a walk. So we'll walk around our neighborhood or something, and it's just time to myself. So that's kind of one of the tools too. I need some space tool. I'm getting out. I'm getting by myself, where it's quiet. Everything's just shut off for a few minutes, and me and my dog are taking a walk. So I'm also getting some exercise, which usually also helps me feel better. How about you, Miss Allie?
I really like the quiet, safe place tool. That one is really helpful when I feel like I have a lot of really big emotions. Just being able to get to a place where I can be by myself, and whether I can actually be in a physical spot or close my eyes and imagine myself in a quiet, safe place, that really helps me when my feelings are up and down.
Ignoring feelings does not help us. Remember, feelings are messengers, and the more we listen and talk about them, the better we'll feel in the long run. So it's very important, like I said, that I'm checking in with myself all the time so that I know how I'm feeling and what the best course of action, what I should do to make myself feel better.
Okay, Grant Grizzlies, we're going to finish up for today. Next week, we'll continue reading The Oyster and the Butterfly and continue learning about the different powers that we can use during this time that we are staying home and staying safe. We'll see you next week, Grizzlies. Bye.